Hey guys, welcome to Spectre Paintball. This is Brendan, and I'm going to do a video today on Airsoft versus Paintball. Now I have three Airsoft guns right here. An Airsoft guns shoot plastic BBs right here. These are right here, 0.12 gram. These are 0.20 grams. Airsoft, first of all, is much cheaper than Paintball. This gun right here costs about $30. This right here probably between 30 and 50, and this gun right here was 50. Airsoft has some advantages over paintball in the beginning. Now, like what I mean by in the beginning is that if you have a son or daughter who's looking to get into the realm of airsoft and paintball, being out in the woods and playing games versus other teams, friends, with airsoft or paintball, this is a great place to start. Airsoft guns are cheap, like I just mentioned, so you're not putting in a huge investment if your kid doesn't turn out to like it. If you buy him a pistol like this, like I said, it's between 30 and 50 bucks, I believe. If he or she doesn't like the way airsoft and paintball works, doesn't want to play anymore, just doesn't like it, you didn't spend a few $100s on a paintball gun. You only spent 30 to 50, and you aren't wasting a huge amount of money. And ammunition is much cheaper. 10,000 rounds of .12 gram is about $20. 10,000. It will take them months to go through 10,000 rounds. The .20 grams, I believe, are $15 for 5,000 because they're heavier and more accurate. So that is definitely one reason why to go into airsoft first if you have a younger child looking to get into airsoft and paintball. Also, these guns are great to teach gun safety to. Gun safety is very important in paintball and airsoft. So you can teach them about safety. Always treating a gun like it's loaded, always pointing it in a safe direction, always wearing protective gear, especially protective eyewear and face wear when playing airsoft or paintball. And it has an advantage over using a real firearm right away, because if they make a mistake and you're both wearing eye protection, this won't kill someone. If they accidentally shoot someone when teaching them about gun safety, obviously it's very bad to accidentally shoot one, but they're not going to kill that person. This will help them learn at a young age how important gun safety is. Also about airsoft is that airsoft you can play in your backyard. Paintball, not so much. Paintball guns sound like real guns to a certain extent. If you're on the other side of a neighborhood and you hear gunfire going off in the woods, and it's probably paintball, but you could mistake it for real gunfire, especially if you're not familiar with how paintball gun sounds and how real firearms sound. They do sound very similar. So if you are out in the woods playing paintball with your friends, you could accidentally shoot someone's house if you get too close. They could hear it and think, there's a war going on, and they're going to call the cops on you. If there's little kids outside playing, you don't want to be shooting out of the woods at your opponent, and there's happen to be like little kids on the other side. So paintball, always go to a field to play. I know that you can play paintball in other areas. My dog just started barking. Hey everyone, sorry about that. My dog started barking. I need to go check, make sure everything was okay. Back to what I was saying. Airsoft also, because we were talking about how paintball you can't really play in your backyard. Airsoft you can. Airsoft doesn't sound that bad. It sounds a little louder in here because it has a little bit of an echo. But if you're out in the woods, you're not going to hear that. And if you do, if you hear a bunch of kids yelling and running around, and it's not going to cause much alarm. And the BBs don't leave splatter on trees. If they, if you do get close to your house, and a BB hits your house, it's not going to leave a mark. It's not as alarming as paintball, because paintball is so much louder. And also, airsoft guns use spring. Every single one of these guns is spring powered. Paintball guns are CO2 powered and high pressure air powered. There are airsoft guns that do use little CO2 canisters, but primarily it's either batteries or spring. So, the other thing about airsoft, parents, if you have kids airsofting in your woods, and make sure it's a good wooded area. Make sure that they have good space to run around, but they're not going to get lost. There's nothing that they're really going to get seriously hurt on, and make sure that they don't get too close to neighbors if you have a big wooded area and then the rest of the neighborhood. So scope out your woods before you let your son or daughter have a paintball event at your house. The other thing is, parents, you can go out and watch your kids airsoft. You can just put on a mask, put on some eye protection, like safety glasses or like a $10 airsoft mask, and you can go out there and watch them. You don't have to play. I mean, you can if you want to, but you can go out there and watch them. Make sure everyone's wearing their mask. Make sure everyone's all right. Make sure no one's going too far. You can do it. And you know what? It's not a big deal. I mean, it's like a referee at a paintball field. And you can make sure they're being safe while they're in your backyard. It's not going to cost you any money. It's not going to cost you entry fees. It's not going to cost you, a ton of money for a mask. Airsoft masks are cheaper than paintball masks. And there are specific ones. We will get into that in a later video. But parents, there are plenty of ways for you to make sure your son or daughter and their friends are being safe while playing airsoft. And as you build trust and confidence in your son or daughter's ability to be safe in the woods, and as they get older and they're being safe with their friends, being safe with other people, and not disobeying the rules of a match or the field, the rules you put on the event, then you can trust them to be more responsible with a paintball gun. Now, a paintball gun, let's move the airsoft guns. Paintball gun, like I said before, is much louder. It's much more expensive. A good paintball gun could be anywhere from $130 to $200. And let's look at some of the ammo. Obviously, paintballs, shoot, paintballs. This is paintball gun. See? It's much heavier. It's going to be much louder, like I said before, and it's much more dangerous. You need to have a full mask that protects you. Ammunition. This case is anywhere from $40 to $60 for 2,000 rounds. 10,000 for 20. So airsoft is much, much cheaper. And like I said before, playing paintball in your backyard is not such a good idea. It's okay for target practice and testing out your gun, but full matches are not a good idea. Paintball is definitely more organized. There are official fields to go to and play entry fees and have official games versus 40 other people. So there are a lot more fun. I find paintball a lot more fun than when I was playing airsoft, but airsoft is a ton of fun as well, especially when you just got a good group of about 10 friends, 5-on-5, run around the woods for a day. It's a lot of fun. But paintball, there are official leagues. There's scenario leagues, woodsball leagues, and then your speedball teams, and there's tournaments, and there's big scenario games where there's a couple hundred people showing up. So paintball definitely opens the door to a lot more competitive play and a lot more fun, a lot more in-depth play. But they're very dangerous. You can blind someone with a paintball gun. Same thing with an airsoft gun. They're loud, like I said. You need to be very careful with them. If you're going to buy your son or daughter a paintball gun, make sure they understand gun safety and walk through the proper use of a paintball gun. Even if you don't know how, talk to the guy at the dealer where you are getting your paintball gun. Talk to him. Ask him to show you so you can show your son or daughter how to properly maintain and use a paintball gun. Paintball guns do require maintenance. You need to clean them because you get too much dirt and crud in them. They're going to shoot awful, and they're going to be broken within a few times of use if you don't clean them. And we'll be doing gun maintenance in a later video. But definitely, if you have a younger kid, probably around between 8 and 10, 8 and 11 really, and you want to teach them gun safety, and they want to get into the realm of airsoft and paintball, go with airsoft guns. Cheaper, that way if they turn out they don't like it, you're not wasting a huge amount of money. It's a little bit safer. You can watch them in your backyard. You can make sure they're being safe with their friends. Make sure they're being safe with the gun, and you can have your trust in them and confidence in them grow because you know that they can handle, and they can handle going off to a paintball field with their friends, and you know they're going to be safe, and you know they're going to do the right thing. And if one of your child's friends isn't doing the right thing, stop and show them. It's up to us to definitely make the sport safer. Well, not safer, but because honestly, it is safe. But there is a level of risk, and that's why it takes mature, responsible kids and adults to play. So definitely go with airsoft first if you have a younger child. If you have a more mature child, more older child, like 15, 16, 17, then it's your call. If they want to get into paintball, still make sure they know what to do, they know how to maintain it, they know how to be safe. Same thing. But for younger kids, go with airsoft first. Thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And we'll have a video up in a few days. Okay, thanks. One thing I forgot. When you're out there on the field, for us paintball players who have been playing for a while now, definitely help out the younger players. If you see a younger player who's struggling with their gun, you know, is being, like, shot up or being bonus balled, you know, help them. You know, talk to the guy who bonus balled them. Because you don't want to bonus ball new players because, you know, paintball's hurt. And if they're getting bonus balled all day, they're not going to want to come back the next weekend. So, help out the new players. You know, if they're having trouble with their gun, teach them how to use their gun. Help them find where to get their air, where to buy paint on the field. Help them with strategy. You know what? And even if one kid's really having trouble, take him along with you. Just be like, hey kid, follow me. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna take out these guys. You know, include them in your strategy. Don't just be like, oh, this kid's using, you know, noob gear. You know, he's young. He doesn't know what he's doing. We're just gonna let him get shot. We're gonna go off and play. You know, no, include him in your strategy. Make him feel like one with the team. I've done that before. People who have been, you know, struggling, or a young kid, you know, I'll be like, hey, follow me. We're going to go up the right flank. Include them and tell them they're doing a good job. If they get bonus balled, talk to the guy. Like I just said, talk to the guy. Or you know what? Or tell them, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Don't worry about getting bonus balled. It will hurt, but don't worry about it. I'll talk to the guy. Let them know that you care about the new player and you want to help them get into the sport because we need to grow the sport. And if they like it and they have a great time, they're going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their parents. They're like, Mom, Dad, I had a great time. I really want to get into this. And then eventually they'll get their own gear. And eventually they're going to be really good. And if you help them grow and become a better player, down the line, they're going to help someone else. But if you're mean to them, and bonus ball them, or just treat them like garbage, they're A, not going to come back, or when they're experienced, they're not going to help new players because no one helped them. And I guarantee you help them, they're going to talk to more people, and they're going to get more people into the sport. And when they come in, help them too. Do whatever you can to help new players. That's all I have to add to this video. So, thank you once again. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and we'll have another video up soon. Thank you.